My papada is no more. So yesterday I did a thing and I went to go get a procedure done to slice off my freaking papada. We poke fun at it in our family and we call it los cachetes de Ortega or la papada de Ortega. So I was like, you know what? It's time to do this. I decided to go with Dr. Oscar here in Mexico City. I'll put the information here below for you guys. What it is a Endolift Lipopapada. They basically make 3 incisions, 1 right here and then 2 right here by the ears. And then they like insert this like tube and pretty much suction out all the fat, all the grease, and get it basically snatched. A lot of people ask me, did it hurt? It really didn't hurt. The most, or the part that hurt the most is the local anesthesia injections. So they do it right here and then like right here. It feels kind of like a pinch, like somebody's pinching you hard for like a good 3 to 5 seconds and then boom, it's over. They do wait a couple minutes for the anesthesia to fully go into effect. Once you're like fully numb, it's kind of like going to the dentist's office where they inject you and then you feel nothing. You kind of feel like things moving around, but you don't feel any pain. And then they go in and then they do the incisions, which you don't feel. And they start like, you know, taking all the fat out, the removal. It's like vacuuming it out basically. And it's a really weird feeling because you can hear all the swishing like of everything like being moved around in there, but it doesn't hurt. And he tells you like, hey, at any point in time, if it hurts, let me know and I can put more anesthesia. I think I only had to tell him like one time. It was like a little bit of like picaba poquito. So the whole procedure took about like an hour and a half, maybe 2 hours at max. They made me feel really, really comfortable. Dr. Oscar and Carla were amazing. I was really nervous going into it because I've never gotten like any work done. So I was nervous. I was like, I don't want to die. I hope everything's okay. By the way, none of this is sponsored. Like I paid cash money for this. So nobody is paying me to say anything good about them. This is my real experience. They were really chill, really cool. They were like, tranquila tú, no te preocupes, no pasa nada, cualquier cosa me avisas. And we were like kikiing and joking around and like chismeando, cotorreando at the end. I absolutely love the team. They were really professional, very knowledgeable, and really put me at ease. Today, when I woke up this morning, the next day after the procedure, I just felt like sore, kind of like numb, and I did have some bruising, so I'll put some pictures in there. And that's pretty much it. Today at like 10 a.m. I did have to go for my first lymphatic like massage, like the drainage, which is included in the price. So I went back to the same place. Carla did the massages on me. And I will say that part probably hurt more, like the massages, than the actual procedure. Because you got to think of it kind of like a wound or like a bruise that you have, like a really big bruise. And if somebody's just like digging into it and like massaging it out, it hurts. I was like, okay, pausa, por favor, espérame. But I survived. I have to go back again to do the next massage tomorrow morning. So pray for me, send me positive vibes. But yeah, so the massages, the actual procedure, and the little sling, the little faja on your face, that's included also in the price. So the grand total altogether was 14,600 pesos, which comes out to around like $850 USD, which I think is a really good price. And it's not like the shots or like the fat melting shots or like the enzymes where you may get results, you may not, and you have to go back multiple times. This is like one and done. Like they vacuum that sucker out, you're done, and then you immediately see the results, and it's permanent. It's gonna last forever unless you like drastically gain a bunch of random weight. I'll show you guys the pictures, the before and the after. As you can see, it was a major change. Like you can see it immediately, even with the bruising and the swelling, you can still see how like snatched that is. And afterwards, like after the procedure, you can see like all the fat in the container on the side, all the grasa, like all the liquid. And I was like, damn, that was a lot. I was like, they're probably gonna charge me double for this double chin because my papada was papadaing. I was like, ooh, okay, I'm glad she gone. Bye-bye. You do have to do some dietary restrictions afterwards. So like the first 21 days, I think, up to a month, they tell you not to eat like any greasy or overly fatty foods. Also anything like picante, anything like acidic. And then also, it hurt me, but they said no alcohol for 21 days. And I was like, ¿y mi matcha? ¿Sí puedo tomar matcha todavía? No me quiten mi matcha. And she was like, no, sí puedes tomar tu matcha. I'm like, oh, thank God. But other than that, like I can go back to my regular activities as normal. So if you see me with this faja, don't hate, okay? Because I gotta do what I gotta do. If I'm gonna go out like to the store, I can take off this sling and then come back, put it back on. Usually when I'm home or to go to sleep is when I'm gonna wear it. But I don't have to have it on like 24/7 every second of the day. They just want you to try to have it on as much as possible for like the first 21 days to like a month. The swelling and the bruising lasts maybe, she said, like a week. And they do give you like a receta to go to the farmacia to get your medicine, which in total, I think all the 4 medicines that they prescribed were like 900 pesos. It's like antibiotics, it's like for the pain, for the swelling, swelling, and then it's also for the bruising, like a pomada. And here's to a snatched jawline.